made it to campus. All right. From leaving the house, dropping off Nyla, making it here, parking spot and all that, 5:30 to 7:15 in the morning. This semester should be interesting, okay? But I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna go grab, I think I'm gonna grab some coffee and a bagel for breakfast. This year I'm working on campus as a learning assistant. So I'll be tutoring students that are taking college algebra. So I work in the math lab on campus. And my first class is for that job. It's gonna be the college algebra class for all the incoming freshmen. So that's the first class, and then my schedule starts after that.
This is what I just did here, so that one should be pretty straightforward.
In my yoga class, it says you can't wear shoes on the mat. This is the mat. It's gonna start in a minute. Out this door because I think she's gonna go in next door. If you came in late and I did not take your name for roll, also. On my way to work. Class ends early today, you guys. So for Tuesday, Thursday, my classes do end early, so I am already on my way to work. Tomorrow is Wednesday, that's my long day, so pray for me. Say good morning. It's early. Waiting for her to go to daycare so I can drive to school. Hey, you know this song.
Don't look at me.
What?
Don't look at me, that's my mom. Stop.
Like I do. Vibe with a king, girl, I got what you need. That deserve a finer thing. Okay, so I made it. We wake up super early, gotta drop Nyla off, and then my way to campus. So I'm on my way to the first class. This class is actually my on-campus job.
You got 0 equals 0, which is what I saw a lot of. So no matter what value of x I plug into here, it doesn't even matter. X disappears in the end. Doesn't matter what x is, which means all real numbers. Right? Answer the question. What's the solution? Tell me this.
Where for Mac? Hey y'all, so I am in between classes. Got me some M&Ms and I just ate a little lunch. But now I'm walking to my next class, and I actually wanted to just point out a few pointers or like tips and tricks for college, especially pertaining to my campus specifically, because my school is a smaller, it's not super small, but it's just like considered a smaller campus. So my first tip, so if you're driving to campus and you have a class that starts at about 11 or 12 o'clock, 12:30, whatever, I would definitely recommend getting here at least 2 hours before that class, maybe an hour and a half, but sometimes it can take you up to an hour to find a parking spot, because that is a very popular time for classes. So just be here early enough, give yourself enough time to find a parking spot if you're driving. Another tip in general is if you are picking out your courses for the upcoming semester, be sure to take the classes that are offered spring only or fall only when they are offered, even if it's at a time that you can't do, unless it's like a extenuating circumstance that you absolutely can't do it. I would highly recommend taking any courses that are only spring offered or only fall offered when you see them. Because that puts you in the position to have to wait a whole nother year in order to take the course. Another tip that I have is if you are a full-time student like myself and you have to work at the same time as going to school, try to find a job that you can kind of do your homework at. I am a student assistant on campus, so I help in the math lab, and if there are no students for me to tutor, then I can as well do my homework there. So if you're taking 17 to 20 units like myself, try to find a job that you could do your homework as well. Starbucks, retail, can do your homework there. So yeah. Also, if you are commuting, always try to schedule your classes during the non-commuting hours. For East Bay Area specifically, to be here at about 11 or 12 o'clock. Commuting here during that time should be lighter on traffic, and then leaving campus, you want to get out by 2 p.m. If it's not possible for you to get a class that you can leave the campus by 2 p.m., then I would suggest staying on campus, maybe studying, join a study group, take a fitness class, go to the gym, something like that, and wait to leave until 7 p.m. so that all the traffic is kind of out of your way. Textbooks. I would always recommend checking the free website for textbooks. I'll go ahead and put those in the description box. Websites that I use. I haven't had to buy textbooks in 3 years of me being at East Bay because I utilize all of the free textbook websites, download the PDF to my iPad. If you are someone who likes a paper textbook, then it may not work for you, but I personally adore having a PDF e-textbook on my iPad. It's easier to carry to class, not as heavy. Also, if you are looking at the syllabus for your class prior to the class starting, like for the semester or whatever, and you want to buy the textbooks ahead of time, look for them online. Don't buy them from the bookstore because the bookstore is always more expensive. Parking passes for regular students can only be bought online, and you do have a week for every time the semester starts. That first week is a grace period, and then after they do check. So you can buy your parking passes online. I'll put the link in the description box. This is for CSU East Bay specifically. I know Stanislaus is on there. There's a couple other state schools that are on there as well. And the other one was the cashier's office. You can only use cash in the cashier's office, so don't try to go up there, wait in line, stand in the queue with a debit card, because you need cash or a check. I'm in the building, walking to my next class. This is like the hardest class I have. Like, terrifies me every time I go to it. Just like, seriously. Another tip I have for you guys is when you are putting in your financial aid, make sure you do it in October, right when it's due, so that you don't have any delays in your financial aid disbursement once school starts. I would always have the tax information ready, always get a tax transcript when you file your taxes. That just makes the process go way faster, just in case the school requests that information. Just make sure all of your financial aid is in by summer so that you can start the semester seamlessly. Also, if you guys are here all day, make sure you bring a lunch with you, because the food offerings on campus, like there's Subway, Panda Express, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. If you don't want fast food every time, and spending money on food is pretty expensive, I personally am here Monday and Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. so I always bring lunch and dinner and snacks with me. Just keep them in my backpack here in my little lunch pail. So I got out of my last class and I'm on my way to the math lab to help some students with their math work. I will be tutoring and at the same time finishing some of the assignments that I have for my classes. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the tips that I put in this video. If I missed anything, any tips that you guys do want to know about, just send me a message. You can send me a message on my Snapchat at Mylanie. You can comment under this video, whatever, or on my Instagram. You can DM me, and if